Welcome to your Daily Revolution podcast. Today's topic. So you want to be a public speaker. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
My name is Setema, Gali, the founder and creator of the Prosperity Revolution, a global movement that helps you to get out of scarcity and into prosperity every single day. A movement where people have value, things do not, where money is a result of helping people, where you're rewarded for creating value for others, and where prosperity is not the result of luck, but a predictable steps and formulas, and where happiness is the ultimate goal.
All right, man. Welcome back to the podcast. So grateful to be with you. It's been a long week of being in Denver and then Maine and then Dallas to speak on 3 different stages, 3 incredible groups of highly committed entrepreneurs, men and women, business owners. And my heart is just filled with gratitude because years ago, I had these visions and dreams and I wanted to be a speaker. And I wanted to speak on stage like Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar and, of course, Tony Robbins and a lot of the great influencers and speakers out there. And, this podcast is like, hey, people are like, Setema, how do I become a speaker? So I'm going to give you some perspective here on what it's like and how you can become a more powerful speaker and some perspective that can really make a difference for you. So first of all, if you're listening to this for the first time, thank you. Go leave a review if this is helpful. Share this, tag me, take a screenshot, let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to know. It helps us tremendously to get the message out of the prosperity revolution. All right, listen, let's just talk about being a speaker. It's amazing, right? It's fun. You get on stage in front of 100 or 500 or 2,000 or 10,000 people. I've been on all kinds of stages, and I've been on stages where like no one showed up. Or 3 people showed up with 150 chairs and 1 person walked out. So I've been through it all over the last 15, 20 years because I used to speak even when I was back at BYU, back in the late 90s and early 2000s. I'd go to elementary schools and speak in church groups. And I wanted to share some things to help you to become a greater speaker. And what I want you to understand is, early on, I would see speakers and I'd think, oh, I can do that. I should be on that stage. It was 2007. Tony Robbins is speaking. And I remember just thinking I could do what he does. And I was very immature in my thought process because I just thought, I could speak. But there's way more to the game of speaking than just getting up and telling a cool story. So let me give you some things that will help you. Number 1, like if you're going to be a powerful speaker, you've got to get training. Yes. You ought to hire different coaches and mentors. You ought to go to workshops and symposiums and like really train yourself. It's like sports. No one just shows up to football and it's great. Like there's hours upon 10,000 hours of mastery and repetition and work being put in. So have you attended any speaker boot camps and workshops? Look, we have a speaker boot camp. If you want to be a part of that, just shoot us a DM. And I'd love to have you come 3 days where we teach and train you from the front of the room how to do all that. But we'll get there in a second. That's the first thing, get trained. Number 2 is just declare that you are a speaker. Like when people ask, hey, what do you do? I just start saying that. I'm a speaker. Like I speak. I'm a public speaker. Oh, really? Yeah. Don't hide. Don't wait until you're so big and everyone knows who you are. Like you just got to start. Are you willing to declare that you are a public speaker? And a lot of people that they don't want to be seen starting small. They're afraid to say it because, I've never spoken on the stage. What if you just said, I'm a speaker and made the declaration? I remember early on, I would speak to elementary schools and I would speak to high schools and I'd speak to church groups and Rotary Club meetings. And I'd speak like for as many things as I could, even before I got paid for it. And I spoke for free for over a decade before I ever got paid. I would even pay my own way to speak on stages, right? And we'll talk about that. So number 1, go get trained. Number 2, declare that you are a speaker. Number 3, you're going to want to have some type of real success in your life. And what I mean by that is the game is not like you don't have any success and you have no experience, but you're going to go be a public speaker. That's not how it works. I know some people think, if I can just be a speaker. No, people want to hear your story. People want to hear how you overcame. People want to hear the struggles and the adversities and how you rose to the top. So whether it's success in physicality or success in spirituality or success in your marriage, especially success in the business realm and how you overcame, those things matter. So be willing to have real success. You got to have it, right? They want to hear how you rebuilt and how you reinvented and how you retold and re-engineered your life. And most importantly, if you can do that for you and you can do that for others, people love to hear those stories, how you helped other people. Number 4, you got to learn how to close and sell from the stage. I'd way rather go speak for free and make an offer from the stage, because the truth is you just make way more money that way, right? Where you can sell something, you can sell a program, you can sell a course, you can sell your workshop. The most money I've ever gotten paid, and again, I try not to throw numbers out here, but I remember I went and spoke for free. I paid for my flight. And then I went and spoke in front of about 50 people, and I pulled over $250,000 out of the room because I knew how to close. I knew how to make offers. I knew how to do things from the front of the room. And that's a whole skill set. That's a whole training. I've had mentors who have helped me to know how to close. The cool thing about that one time that I pulled over $250,000 out of the room, and again, there's guys that pull 7 figures out of the room, right? Russell Brunson, amazing, right? My guy, Russ, that dude will pull 7 figures out of the room. Big rooms. But you're going to want to learn how to close. And again, that's a skill. That's something that you learn. So your job is to get people to say, yes, I want in. Number 5, let's just review these again because I like repetition. Number 1, you got to get trained. Number 2, declare that you're a speaker. Number 3, you got to have success in your personal life, put in those 10,000 hours. Number 4, learn how to close and sell. One of the greatest skills you can ever master is how to close and sell and enroll. Number 5 is just be so committed to being the best speaker that people will hunt you down and people will beg for you to come speak. It's like sports. You can train yourself to be skilled and funny, emotional, and powerful from the stage, but be committed to it. And don't give up because no one hires you. Don't give up because it's not, no one just puts you on a stage. You got to go work for stages. It's one of the greatest things I ever did. I just built my own stages. I just would build my own stage, literally and figuratively. We'd go put 200 people in a room. We go put 10 people in a room for immersion. And that's how we'd run our business. Like we take a chance to influence and give them an experience. So like, be committed. Being committed means I'm going to go do whatever is required to figure this out. And then the final thing is, like, I just go pay to watch other people speak. Go hang out with the speakers speak. Go hang out with the speakers, hang out. Go to seminars. And yes, pay money. Go pay. And go deposit into the karmic universe of, I'm going to go pay money to sit in a room and listen to great speakers, whether it's different conferences or workshops. It's worth it because that's how you learn. I watched so many speakers and I'm so inspired and moved, and I would do the work and I would practice, and I'd be in the shower, like showering, and my wife said, "What are you doing in there?" This was earlier. I'm like, "Oh, I'm practicing." And I'd practice different openings and different closings. And I got used to just talking over and over and over. I mean, even like right now, like if obviously with my podcast, I always shoot every podcast on my phone, and I'm sitting in my truck out here waiting for breakfast. Right, we just got a good hour and a half session in at the gym, and I'm shooting a podcast. So there's 6 things to help you be a greater speaker. And I want you to imagine what would it look like if you were influential and you could persuade and you could inspire. Even if you're a business owner and even if you're an athlete and even if you're successful, every business owner ought to learn how to master being in front of the room. I've been to so many workshops where there was one guy, famous MMA fighter, horrible on stage. It's like, dude, come on, man. Even if you're somebody, you still ought to master the art of influencing from the front. And you have to learn how to tell your story and craft your opening and craft your content and how to seed your offer. There's so many little things that you can do to be incredibly influential and moving, where like people are just like, I'm so moved. And in fact, this week I loved it because I'm speaking on 3 different stages. I love when people come up to me and they're like, wow. And I love when they come up and they're like, they're crying and they're emotional and they're signing up for our programs and they'll text me like, that was the most. And again, for me, I don't take the credit. I'm like, look, I'm trying to do God's work. And I know that I have a voice. And I know my job is to help and to get people to see. And that's what I do as a speaker, as obviously as a coach and as a trainer, as an author, as a husband and a father, my job is to influence people to do the things that they want to do to help them get the things they want to get. So listen, I got an invitation for you. If you want into our speaker boot camp, it's a 3-day powerful workshop. We help you to craft your talk. We give you a lot of stage repetition and coaching. And then we give you 6 months of free coaching afterwards if you ever go speak. We'll show you how to get on stages. We'll show you how to be the best speaker on stage. And we'll show you how to be influential so people buy from you. So that people are like, oh my gosh, like that was amazing. And we'll give you everything that I've learned over the last 20 years all inside of this workshop. If you want to be a part of that, it's coming up in August. We'll do this once a year where we train all of our people to be powerful speakers. I invite you to just shoot me a direct message and I will send you to my guy. Listen, I appreciate you listening to the podcast. I hope that helps you for those of you who want to be speakers. And of course, these principles apply. The same thing applies to everything else in life. Go get trained. Be so committed. Make the declaration. Put in the hours. Go be around wherever people are doing what you want to do. Go spend time wherever they spend and make it happen. Thanks for listening. I'm out.
Let's go! This is your daily revolution. Live in prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint. This is your daily revolution. You already know. And if you don't, then check my resume. Turning pressure into possibilities every day. We all can win and live our unique purpose. We change our mindsets and put the work in. This is your daily revolution. Daily revolution. Revolution. Your daily revolution podcast.